May Jemison, an engineer, educator, physician, former astronaut. And on this very day, in 1969, the crew of Apollo 11 was approximately 176,000 nautical miles from Earth. They were traveling at a speed of 3,200 feet per second to the moon. To put that speed into perspective, your travel time from the Los Angeles airport, which is approximately 32 miles away, would be 53 seconds. And less than 48 hours from right now, we will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the day 3 courageous men embarked on a journey from the Earth to a truly uncharted place, carrying with them the hopes and determination of thousands of women and men who conceived, designed, engineered, built, and supported the endeavor. And buoyed by the goodwill and the imagination of people around the world, they landed safely on the moon. This successful mission forced millions of people to redefine the idea of what was possible. But you see, as a young girl growing up on the south side of Chicago, I knew chapter and verse of the Gemini and Apollo missions, the engineering sequence to get humans to the moon. I was excited about space, science, and exploration. I like dinosaurs too, right? Space and dinosaurs. But my 7th grade teacher told me to consider becoming an aerospace engineer because they're the ones who build spaceships. You know, popular television shows like The Jetsons, Lost in Space, and of course my favorite, Star Trek. They started people to thinking about space. And in a way, real-life space exploration fueled science fiction, and science fiction fueled real-life space.
I'm Scott Kelly, retired U.S. Navy captain and former NASA astronaut. As a 5-year-old boy, I too watched the Apollo 11 mission on television and was in awe. It's one of my earliest and most vivid memories, where for me, truly, dreams come true. And they were made possible because of the brave and talented aviators, designers, engineers, and others who worked on the space programs before me.
The quest to land a human on the moon and bring them back safely to Earth required thinking that wasn't merely out of the box. For most people, it seemed outside the realm of possibility. The scientific, engineering, and creative thinking that led to Apollo 11's success would foster other scientific discoveries and technologies that have benefited us right here on Earth and that propel us further into space. Every innovation builds on the one before it. While in space, as we orbited the Earth, I saw my hometown of Chicago. And more importantly, on this space laboratory, I worked on 43 life science and materials experiments, semiconductor processing, frog embryology. And as a physician, the experiments to understand first the effects of weightlessness on the human body and how to counteract them was key. Because of course, all of this helped us to prepare for extended duration human flight.
In fact, the purpose of my most recent 340-day mission was to study these long-term effects of extended spaceflight on a human guinea pig, yours truly, in an effort to better prepare us for future trips to Mars and beyond. Bad stuff happens to our physiology while we're in space. We lose bone and muscle, our immune systems are degraded, there are vision effects, even changes to our DNA. In fact, 7% of my gene expression changed during my year-long mission, and as far as I'm told, hasn't changed back. Not exactly sure what that means, but I hope it's a good thing. NASA researchers benefited from conducting tests on both me and my identical twin brother, Mark, also a former NASA astronaut who remained right here on Earth. And the results were reassuring. While in space, the human body adapted to the extreme environment of space, but make no mistake, there's still much more to learn.
And Scott, for me, That's what's so exciting about space exploration. It's learning and purposefully expanding beyond what we know how to do. Similar out-of-the-box thinking that 50 years ago made the Apollo 11 mission a success, it's now being applied to map the boundaries of human interstellar flight within the next 100 years. And once again, all along the way, these scientific discoveries and technological advances will enhance life on Earth. As a principle of 100-Year Starship Initiative, our main objective is to be sure that the yet undiscovered capabilities for human interstellar flight, that is going beyond our solar system to another star, that those capabilities exist within the next 100 years. The truth is, we believe pursuing an extraordinary tomorrow creates a better world today.
When many of those that push these boundaries of possibility return to Earth, they piloted a much different craft, the iconic Chevrolet Corvette. Corvettes and astronauts have long been linked. Pilots like high performance, precise, and safe modes of transportation. And of course, they've got to be fast. And like a rocket, the Corvette you're about to see has the engine in the back. Like many people here and watching around the world, I'm a huge fan, having owned two different generations of the Corvette myself. And tonight we're here to celebrate an important milestone in U.S. and automotive history. Here to tell you more is someone who knows a thing or two about Corvettes. Please welcome GM Executive Vice President and President of the Americas, Barry Engel.
You know, as Captain Kelly said, astronauts and Corvettes have been linked since the very beginning of the space program, when Alan Shepard reported for training in April 1959, driving his 1957 Corvette. Shepard would go on to own at least 10 Corvettes in his lifetime. Several of the other adventurous and dedicated young men who trained with him to become America's first astronauts. Shortly after Shepard became the first American in space, General Motors executive Ed Cole presented the astronaut with a new white 1962 Corvette. The car had been outfitted by GM designers with a customized space-age interior. This early Corvette astronaut connection, which began with Shepard, might have faded in the years that followed, if not for Florida Chevrolet dealer Jim Rathman. Rathman was a race car driver who, after winning the 1960 Indianapolis 500, opened a Chevrolet Cadillac dealership in Melbourne, Florida, near the Space Center. He negotiated a special program with GM to get astronauts into Chevrolet cars. Many of the Mercury and Apollo astronauts took Rathman up on his Corvette offer. Two-lane blacktop duels fought between Shepard and astronaut Virgil Gus Grissom in their big block-powered Corvettes would truly become the stuff of legend. In his quest for a competitive edge, Grissom had his last Corvette, a 1967 convertible, specially geared and modified for accepting extra-wide rear racing tires. When Apollo 12 astronauts Dick Gordon, Charles Conrad, and Alan Bean ordered new 1969 Corvettes, they asked that the identically equipped 427 Stingray coupes be custom finished in a special black-accented Riverside Gold color scheme that was designed by Bean himself. Corvette gained huge exposure when it famously appeared in the June 1971 issue of Life magazine. Apollo 15 lunar mission crew members Jim Irwin, Al Gordon, and Dave Scott have been photographed with their Corvettes in a training version of the first lunar rover vehicle, or moon buggy, which they would deliver to the moon. The Apollo 15 crew members, their Corvettes were each a different color: red, white, and blue. Dual racing stripes on each car completed the colors of the American flag. Almost Most everyone has a story of the first time they saw a Corvette. I remember like it was yesterday. I was a little kid, and the neighbor across the street had a son who would occasionally come to visit. And the son, he rode in style. He drove an early C3. It must have been about a 68 or a 69. It was one like the Apollo pioneers drove. My dad, he always liked cars, and the Corvette caught his attention. But I didn't need Dad to tell me it was cool. Even as a young kid, I could tell that Stingray with rally wheels and a rumbling V8 was really something special. Corvette is truly an American icon. No other sports car nameplate has been roaming the streets or dominating the tracks as long as Corvette. After 66 years and 7 generations, Chevrolet's Corvette has garnered a passionate global family, and many of them are here tonight or watching around the world. From all of us at Chevrolet, thank you for joining us for this milestone event.
Appropriately, for a vehicle that's been an American icon since 1953, the new generation represents one giant leap for Corvette. The 2020 Chevrolet Corvette is true to the vision of creator Zora Arkus-Duntov, a mid-engine supercar. The C8 is everything Zora dreamed of with technology he never could have imagined. For me personally, seeing the Corvette and meeting Zora for the first time all traced back to growing up in this great business. On many weekend afternoons, my dad took me to work with him at the GM Tech Center in Warren, Michigan, specifically the Chevrolet Engineering Building, where the Corvette came to life. I spent many of those rides to Warren hunched in the rear flat area of Corvette coupes. On the way home, they would take me by the GM Research Building lobby to see the Firebirds and the original Silver Stingray. I just loved everything about it. Like its predecessor, it had an all-wheel drive mid-engine configuration. And it was powered by a turbocharged ZR1 5.7 V8 producing 650 horsepower. And it weighed only 3,400 pounds thanks to extensive use of carbon fiber, and the central structure was in fact a carbon fiber torque tube that weighed only 38 pounds. The ends of that beam were machined from titanium. Those three served vehicles and their legacy are very much the inspiration for this new, first ever, mid-engine 2020 Corvette Stingray. They show what Corvette has always been about for Chevrolet and GM, pushing the boundaries of innovation in terms of propulsion, material usage, and performance. Now, just as Corvette has been a halo for Chevrolet and the brand, these served cars were a halo for GM R&D, pushing the company to greater innovation and to new heights. They also serve to show that mid-engine has always been a part of Corvette's destiny, and it's something we've been looking at for a very, very long time. All along, it has been absolutely paramount that we keep Corvette true to its roots of attainable performance. Mid-engine has historically posed a challenge to this mission. Not so anymore. The time has come today, and we feel that both Corvette traditionalists and potential new customers will embrace the change in layout, especially once they see it and drive it. They'll think it's flat out the best Corvette they've ever driven, and that will be because it's the best Corvette anybody's driven. There are many reasons for that, even beyond the mid-engine layout, like the way it feels, the way it sounds, the way it looks, and the incredible attention to every detail on the car.
If you are one of those who like and enjoy driving, you owe it to yourself to drive this car.
So please come up and take a look at the new C8 Corvette. Thank you.